forgive myself that I've accepted and allowed myself to refuse, understanding that any real change comes with resistance. That resistance isn't a sign to stop, it's the friction I must move through, because I've automated my life in a system obsessed with time. Time has become my compass, my God, my justification. I've believed what matters is what fits in that timeline. What the system says is success. And I've participated in this fully, willingly, without question. I forgive myself that I've allowed the system's idea of personal achievement to direct me, when in truth I should be living by what is best for all. Life that should be the only real directive. But instead of showing the character of life, I've shown the character of the system. Cold, calculating, indifferent, not life. I forgive myself that I've let the mind drive me, that I feared what would happen without its push, that I've measured myself through judgment, through feelings that validate my ego, while life outside me suffers. I feel nothing for that suffering unless I'm reminded briefly, and then I retreat back into indulgence, into the feel-good space the mind has crafted for me. I forgive myself that I haven't lived in constant awareness of life, that I only experience what I've decided matters to me in my head, regardless of what's actually happening on earth. I forgive myself for my commitment to personal happiness, my own mind's rules, no matter the global cost. I've made it easy to feel fulfilled in this illusion, and any action that would change reality, any effort that would actually help, gets little to no attention from me. Because it doesn't make me feel good, because it takes time, because it's hard, because changing the world feels impossible when I only see me. I forgive myself for building a mind that protects me from reality, and convincing myself that this mind is me, that it's real even while the world falls apart. I know the history, I see the present, but I continue anyway. I forgive myself for finding every point I know I should act on, nearly impossible to follow through with, because I'd rather stay in this self-made bubble where free choice means doing only what I like on my terms. I've defined commitment through the mind's rules, not through life's. I've given value only to myself as mind, as if that's the only value that counts. But the physical reality, the dirt, the breath, the body shows me otherwise. The mind is less than physical, and still I've resisted that truth. I've used resistance to delay actual change, and I've told myself that because I've thought about change, I've somehow become superior. But if I can't walk that change repeatedly until it's done, I've only given the mind a new mask to wear. I forgive myself for making personal happiness the benchmark of every decision, for lingering in thought when I know what must be done, for pretending choice exists in moments where life has already made it clear what's best. There's no choice when it comes to what supports all life. It's immediate, it's visible. If I dare to look, and I commit fully without compromise. I commit to focusing on every point that grabs my attention, and tracing it back to how I've created it in my mind, how I've made it untouchable, sacred, unchangeable. I commit to exposing every obsession with self-interest, every god I've made of myself, and how I've chosen my own comfort over the world's well-being. I commit to dissolving all personal mental spaces that contradict physical reality. I commit to ending my participation in personal achievements that feed the mind and not life. Only actions that up all physical beings will count as achievements from now on. I commit to making my directive principle what's best for all, not what's best for me. I commit to ruling my life not by feelings, not by fantasies, but by what actually serves others. In the real world, I'll stop ignoring suffering, less it's dramatized. I'll start feeling what those feel who are trapped in systems I've helped uphold. I commit to structuring my life with rules that support all life in physical space-time, not in imagination, not in abstraction. I understand now that true change will meet resistance, not just from within me, but from others who, like me, are possessed by their minds, and I will keep walking. I commit to staying with breath. I won't let the mind lie to me that this is tedious. Breath is life. If it were tedious, I wouldn't be here. I commit to ending my illusions of free choice. I will choose what measurably supports life and nothing else. I commit to redefining commitment, not as belief, not as inspiration, but as living action, breath by breath, until it's done. I will learn how the physical truly works. I will stop indulging in illusions. I will give back what I've taken. I will restore real value, equal value to all who live. I won't postpone if I feel like delaying. That's my instruction to I won't let the mind define what matters. I will give whatever time it takes. I won't measure what's real by what feels good. I'll measure it by what brings life back to this earth, until this is done.